All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachach double honors to the elders and apostles, our great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa'akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Another video to the spirit, your brother Malak from GMS Detroit. Hey, this one, more of a motivational lesson, for the bros out there. And the spirit for this one comes from a conversation I was having the other night, actually at the gym, at the fight gym. Was training with a couple, teammates. And I got this picture up for a reason, all right, and it'll tie in perfectly. There's this guy, he's a newer guy. He ain't been at the gym about, maybe less than a year, right? And he's a real spazzy motherfucker, right? He herky jerky, throws everything with 100% intent, and you're not supposed to be doing that in training, right? As soon as you touch him, he's gone crazy. And so one of my teammates, he's sparring with him. He puts him against a cage, he's beating on him, picks him up, slams him, gets on top of him. And the guy who's spazzy, his name, I'm just calling him by his name. He's a white boy, right? His name's Apollo. Jay, which is a Jake, he's giving him the works, all right? And Jay's, he's an experienced fighter, so obviously. And Apollo wasn't liking it, and he just couldn't accept it, right? If he got hit once, he's trying to throw back 10, missing all 10, looking crazy. You take his back, right? Mount him, he's spinning and twirling, spinning himself into a submission, not for a reason or tactic, just scrambling mindlessly. And so after the round, we both looked at him, we were both like, dude, you're not going to be able to win every single second of every engagement. You have to keep calm. You can't be spazzing out every time you get touched or grabbed. You're going to burn yourself out. All right. And we both were iterating it to him. And, his spirit, the way that he is, he's ex-military, so he's kind of crazy. He just couldn't, he was struggling to wrap his mind around it, right? Rather than to use brawn and blitz, try to use some strategy. Stay patient, stay calm, be level-headed. All right. And the point, as I was driving home that night, y'all, in this truth, you're gonna fuck up. You're not perfect. We're not perfect. We're in this flesh. You're not going to always be able to best Satan. He's good at his job. He's had thousands of years to get good at his job. Right? There's times where you're gonna fall. You're gonna do something you wish you didn't. You're gonna say something you prefer you hadn't. But what is a righteous man gonna do, y'all? So let's start with that. Let's get some precepts now. You're not gonna be perfect in this truth. You have to accept that. Now, is that an excuse to be a sinful piece of shit? No. I'm just keeping it realistic with you. You're gonna have moments where you feel down on yourself, where you don't perform the way that you want to, but you use that as the inspiration to do better the next time. You get back on your horse. You don't wallow in your sorrow. You don't stay in that pit of sadness and defeat, right? Just because you got hit once doesn't mean it's the end of the fight, y'all. And some of the best fights, y'all, you'll have a dude, he's getting his ass whooped the whole time, but he believed in his training. He stayed true, he stayed faithful, and right when he needed to, he pulled off that big win. And that's what we're hoping for in this truth, y'all. We can, you can fuck up left and right, but there's one thing we don't want to fuck up on, and that's that mark of the beast. If you don't pass any test in your life, the test you need to pass is that of the mark of the beast. And if you pass that, then you're of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shais. Hey, Proverbs 24:16. It says, for a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. So I'm letting you know right now, hey, you're gonna have your slips as a man on this walk, seeking after Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You're not going to win every single second of this shit. Otherwise, this wouldn't be captivity. If we were winning If we didn't have these demonic thoughts to battle, right? Our own laziness, restraining yourself from lashing out and crashing out. If we didn't have all these infirmities that we were dealing with on a day-to-day basis, then, you're probably a heathen, right? All this suffering, all these trials that we go through, it's to refine us. And the righteous is always going to get back up on that horse and do what's right in the end of it all. 2nd Ezra 16. So this is just some motivation, y'all. If we seek perfection in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, but we have to be realistic with ourselves at the same damn time. If you were incapable of not sinning, you wouldn't be here. You'd be in one of the new bodies. We're going to slip, we're going to fall, but we got to get back up. All right? And don't let a slip or a fall completely deter you. Just like in the fight game. You can be getting your ass whooped the whole time. Every minute of every round, down and out, getting dominated. Can't put the puzzle together. And in the last minute, boom, you get a working combination and take home the fucking gold. And that's all that counts at the end of the day. God damn it. The fight don't gotta be pretty, but as long as you win it, that's what matters. 2nd Ezra 16, I'm gonna start right at 76. It says, "In the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves," y'all. Don't let this shit weigh you down. You might have a day, or I'll say a week, where you don't read as much as you wanted to. Are you gonna let I ain't no man of the Lord, I'ma just quit like a hoe? You gonna quit like a bitch? Or what should you do? So if you have one bad week of reading, how do you compensate for it? The whole next week, you read like a dog. Or let's say you have 1 week of, slipping up on your videos. Well, what you supposed to do? The whole next week, you're going to go twice as hard. Every day you did too, right? This ain't the zone for quitters. If you want to give up on yourself, you want to be weak, take that weak faggot shit elsewhere. Real talk, because bitch-ass niggaism is contagious, and we don't need it over here. All right, this is I'm just reading this real quick. It says the first fight between Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva, UFC 117, is considered one of the most memorable in UFC history. Sonnen, which is the Edomite on the left, which, hey, some brothers might think he's a JK, whatever, right? But the white dude on the left, right? He dominated Silva for the majority of the fight. And if you know your fight history, Anderson Silva is considered one of the best fighters of all time, which, he was an excellent striker. And he had some good grappling. He was a hell of a fighter. When he was in his prime, he was a motherfucker, right? Excellent counter striker. Very good at mixing it up. You didn't know what he was going to throw at you next. Hell of a fighter. It says, showcasing his wrestling skills and inflicting significant damage on the champion. However, with just under 2 minutes left in the final round, Silva secured a triangle choke, forcing Sonnen to tap out and retaining his middleweight title. The fight was induced into the UFC Hall of Fame in 2024. Yeah. Hey, y'all, it was a hell of a fight, y'all. Right here, yep, the match-winning triangle, right? Hey, this fight, Anderson was getting whooped the whole fight. And, he had Chael in the guard, right? Chael, this is the last couple of minutes. He's tired. Probably got a little bit lazy, right? Didn't expect nothing. And that triangle got on his ass. And he was either about to... Anderson, for those who know the fight, he was either going to snap his arm or choke his ass out. He had him in a triangle and an arm bar. It was either break or get choked out. Take your pick. Anderson didn't give up on himself, right? And taking it back to the situation with that dude we were trying to teach, he was so preoccupied with getting his lick back every single second. He couldn't look at the bigger picture, right? You utilize your energy better, y'all. And in this truth, if you dwell on all of your mishaps, you'll bug out. You're never gonna make it. If you spend all your time Granted, we examine ourselves, right, to know where you need to improve. But if you spend every single second, man, last week, man, yesterday, man, I don't know how the Lord go for, man, you gonna bug the fuck out on some weak shit. You're gonna bug out. Do you have faith, nigga? Have some faith. Have some faith. We have the tools that lead to success, y'all. We have the keys to the kingdom through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Have some faith. Pray, study, fast, right? Have some faith, and you can take home the victory. Let me get another example. Another famous example. If y'all remember that fight with John Jones and fucking Vitor Belfort, bro. Right? Despite John Jones' crazy ass antics outside of the cage, he's a hell of a fighter. Once again, he was about to get his shit snapped. Vitor was about to snap his fucking arm. And what did he do? He fought through the adversity. He was able to stand him up, right? Slipped out of that arm bar. Then he was able to come back and submit Vitor with a y'all brothers is about to talk some shit. If it's upside down, I believe this is the Americana. Americana, aka Keylog. The Kimura is the other way, if I remember correctly. I know you jiu-jitsu brothers is gonna tear me up if I'm incorrect. He came back to get out of the armbar and tear Vitor, almost rip Vitor's fucking arm off, right? Force Vitor to tap, right? So, once again, you're not gonna win every second of this, y'all. We're in practice. You're gonna have your slips, you're gonna have your fall, you're gonna have moments where you're losing. Where Satan is getting the best of you, right? Then what do you have to do? Pray to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, get back up on that horse and keep rolling. Now, once again, and I'm saying it because it can't be stated enough, there's just certain things we ain't gonna do, right? You ain't gonna be struggling to put down weed. Ain't gonna be, man, I need to stop committing adultery. Ain't none of that, right? There's certain things that's one and done in this truth. We're not talking about that, right? The things obviously that you can be forgiven for, right? Or just little faults in your personal self. I'll say something like this, y'all. Your diet, right? It's not against the scriptures to eat a cookie, but let's say you in your personal walk, you're trying your damnedest to get your diet on point, but Tuesday you slipped up, you had a cookie or two, right? Now it's like, man, get back on the horse. You have all the rest of the week to get back on point with it. Well, what we're striving to win at the end of it is not to take that mark of the beast, y'all. That's the real fight that's going to be coming up. Everything that we're going through now is practice. We're about to be put into the real match soon. Fucking up in practice ain't no big deal. Fucking up on game day is a big deal. So we learn now in practice so that we can pass the test when Jacob's trouble pops off. Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept that word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So this is the test that we're trying to pass, y'all. That hour of temptation. Everything that we're going through now is preparation for that. We suffer hunger now so that we can deal with it in those days. We suffer people slandering us so that we can deal with it in those days. We suffer with lack of confidence so that in those days you can stand boldly in faith, right? All these different things we deal with is so that when that great day comes, we've stood stiff. We can stand stiffly in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai with confidence, y'all. All right, I got another one right here. 1 Peter 1, starting at verse 6. It says, when wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. clearly that's what we experience, right? The manifold temptations put you in heaviness. Why? Because you're constantly going through shit. Some you're going to pass, right? Some you're going to fail. Verse 7, it says that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of fine gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua Mashiach. Bingo. So the trials that we go through, y'all, this battle will come to its glorious conclusion at the return of our Lord. If you're of the elect, right, you will have attained the victory through maintaining your faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua and letting that direct your steps. So although you might have slipped up on Monday, get back on that horse for Tuesday, Wednesday, right? You might slip up Thursday, get back on that horse for Friday, Saturday, and you might fuck up again Sunday. Rinse and repeat. You follow and serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua more times than not, right? And this is the walkway to success. David wasn't perfect, and David actually committed some sins as worthy unto death, right? Now, do we walk around with that mindset? Oh, well, I know the Lord can forgive me. No, obviously not. But David is an example of somebody who fell off and got back on. Well, one thing David didn't do that made him different from the kings of Judah, his descendants, he never committed idolatry. That's why, he stayed in good graces. Solomon, he committed idolatry, which we understand that was Yahushua in a past incarnation, and all those things had to happen for prophecy's sake, right? The kingdom had to be split. But as long as you, boy, you better not be out here committing no idolatry, right? I'll tell you that, because that's one, when dudes do that, dudes tend to bug out and fall out. Hey, we had a guy here in Detroit, he had secretly started taking his kids to the Roman Catholic Church. Out of there, right? We just heard Al-Azhar, he went and got, what he said, didn't he said he went and got baptized or some shit, right? And now, hey, when you go do some shit like that, the Lord will knock you off for shit like that, spiritually, or sometimes physically. But the other minor, less offensive things, y'all, we not gonna be perfect. Hey, there's gonna be times you say something stupid to a brother. What do? When it clicks in your head that you were wrong, and that you shouldn't have said or done that to the brother, you go back and you make that apology. That's how you handle that, right? If we were perfect, we would not be here. I can't stress that enough. Yahushua is perfect. We're trying, but we're not there yet. All right, now let me get one more example. The classic, the famous one, right? And these fights, you can go look them up and watch them. I don't want to get my video taken down, otherwise I'd play them. But y'all know the fight, the first one, Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman won, right? In which they had rematched, and Leon was put that ass whooping on him. He didn't knock him out, but he beat him, right? But in that first fight, Kamaru was whooping Leon's ass. The guy in the red was getting his ass whooped. The whole, matter of fact, fuck it, man. Hold on. We have to go to that corner speech, y'all. What did his coach tell him? Y'all, during this fight, Leon is getting his ass whooped. He's being demoralized. He wasn't finding success in the feet nor on the ground. When they get back to the corner of the last round, his coach gets in his ear and he does what a damn good coach is supposed to do.
20 minutes down, 5 to go.
You know what? That's from the official page. Let me see if I can find something. Let me see. Okay, yeah, the non-official. Oh, you know what? Let me see. I'm trying to. Okay, here we go.
Sit down. Listen. You gotta get angry now, Leon. You're too down. Come on, you let him control you too much, son. You gotta get your hands going, Leon. You gotta get your hands going. Come on, listen. Stop feeling sorry for you. Well, come on then. What's wrong with you? You're too down. You gotta pull the out of fire. Come on, Leon, man. You got it, man. Come on. You got these sharp shoes on glasses, yeah? Come on, Leon. Let's go. Do it again.
The fucking king heard around the world, man. Damn, boy.
Don't doubt me, I couldn't do it. The horse said I couldn't do it. Look at me now.
That nigga was eating that camera. Look at me now. Right? He feinted the two and, you know, threw the head kick. Boom. Story's over. But he was getting whooped that whole fight. And his corner man, the thing that he said to him that sticks out to me the most was what? Stop feeling sorry for yourself. This is a fight. God damn it. Y'all in this walk, stop, get out of that bitch acidness. The elder Ayathan from Connecticut, the bishop, he had just did a video recently, you know, damn, what was it? Basically don't do bitch ass things can get you out of the truth, right? Man up, basically. And the same thing, y'all, when you have your slips, get back, man, shake it off. Shake it off. Get out of that weak nigga spirit. We come from mighty men, glorious men that serve Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Get that weak Babylonian boo-hoo baby spirit. Get that shit up out your system. Trudge on another day. Fight through the trenches. Satan is damn good at his job. Get back up and fight him. And how do we fight? Do we fight against Satan literally? No. We fight spiritually, y'all. So I'm going to end on this one. We'll call it a day. I'm going to go to Acts 14. It didn't say we was going to get into the kingdom easy and smooth sailing, y'all. This shit a fight, y'all. Fight for your crown. And just there's going to be low points. You're not going to win every single battle. This is not going to be an easy, smooth sailing rodeo, or should I say ride. This is a rodeo, actually. This isn't a smooth sailing ride. This is a rodeo. It's going to be rough and bumpy. You holding on to the reins of that goddamn bull. Acts 14:1, it says, confirming the souls of the disciples, and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the power. Much trials, much tribulation, y'all. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be one and done. You're not going to win them all. But God damn it, if you're of the elect, you're going to win the most important one of all. And that's what counts. So take these hits on the chin like a man and keep on going. Don't give up on yourself. Don't get all weak sauce and weird like and all bent out of shape. Deal with it. You're going to have your L's in this life. As long as you're alive, you have another day to serve Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. So, hey, let me give all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem, B'Chakurash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Wa'akwath, learning and teaching truth and sincerity. Shalom.